Hello, LOTFP fans! We are about a week away from the new releases, and I'm here in snowy, freezing Finland, which is why I'm wearing this hat, because I'd be cold otherwise. But I want to give you some notes about ordering from the LOTFP web stores, because there might be some information that I assume you'd know that you don't know. Start with the EU Webstore. For most territories, some places in Europe have a bit cheaper options, but for most territories in the world, your choices are UPS, DHL, or Postie. Postie is the local post office. All are good, all give you tracking numbers. But the important thing if you're ordering from overseas is that there's like an initial big chunk of money. It varies from territory to territory, carrier to carrier, where the major chunk of money is up front. So if you order one book, it'll look like, oh my god, it's going to cost that much to order one book. But then, as you add more stuff, there are breakpoints. For example, in UPS. UPS has the same shipping cost for 0 weight up to 2 kilos. So, if you notice that, oh my god, the first book costs that much to ship, well, just add a few more books up to 2 kilos. It'll be the same shipping cost. And you can see how much your order weighs if you go to if you hit the checkout button while you're shopping, it'll give you the weight right there, and then you can go right back to adding more stuff if you'd like. So with UPS, the break point is 0 to 2 kilos, and then 2 kilos to 5 kilos, then 5 to 10, and I don't think any private customer is getting anywhere near 10. Postie and DHL have half-kilo breakpoints. So, you'll have that initial chunk of shipping, and then as you hit each half kilo, it adds a little more. So, it's really to your advantage on a per unit shipping wise to order more stuff at once, because then you're spending less per unit on shipping. Of course, then you're paying for more books, but it's so just letting you know that that's how that works. If you're adding a book and then looking at the shipping cost and going, holy hell, it gets better per unit the more stuff you add to your order. So, and then I want to add a note about the US Webstore. The US Webstore, those orders are fulfilled by the people that do my US distribution. It's a huge warehouse, and I'm just a tiny, tiny, tiny speck of their customer. So, unfortunately, I got to be honest about this. Sometimes, you send me the order, I send the details over to fulfillment, and they get its stuff out immediately. Sometimes, if it's their busy time, I ain't the priority, and they don't always tell me. So if they're in a heavy rush, it could take a few days. It could take a week. There have been times, like a bit last year, it was taking them a full month to get stuff out, but that's very, very rare. So the shipping charges will be less on the US web store, especially if you're in the United States. But there are additional issues. If it's going through the EU web store, I personally am handling and packing and shipping all those orders. Stuff from the US web store, not so much, because I'm in Finland. So hopefully that's a little bit more explanation how things work. If you got questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to maybe look at YouTube comments once in a while. So I think that's it. And so, shop with confidence. Pew, pew, pew.